Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been so long since my last video, but I wanted to make a very requested video on pros and cons of OR nursing. I wrote on my notes all the pros and cons that I could think of. Hopefully this helps out some of you guys thinking about going into OR nursing. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Sabrina. I am an OR nurse and I like to make nursing videos, beauty videos, kind of a mishmash of different content. So if you liked this video, please go ahead and like and comment down below and subscribe for more videos. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. So this whole video is going to be based on my experience from the hospital that I work at in Maryland. It is a community hospital, so it may be very different from other hospitals like trauma or just in other states in general, but this is going to be my experience in a community hospital. So the very first pro that I could think of for the OR is the schedule. So OR nurses do not work weekends. We don't really work holidays, or it's rotating holidays, and we don't work nights. So while there is a night shift OR nurse, the majority of nurses only work daytime. So we have a lot of different shifts. We have 7 to 3, 7 to 5, 7 to 7, and me, I worked evening shift, so I worked 11 to 9 and 9 to 9. So that gives you tons of options to kind of pick and choose what works for you. And most of the younger people tend to go for 7 to 7 because we work 3 days and that leaves you with 4 days off. So with that great schedule comes with a con. We do have on-call shifts. If you're very short-staffed, like my unit was, you had to take a lot of on-call shifts. So on-call usually is on a Saturday or Sunday when there's no one really working except for one OR nurse that's always at the hospital at all times. So if the weekend gets really busy, she will call you up. She'll be like, hey, you gotta come in, and you gotta be within 30 minutes of the hospital or else you're gonna be in deep trouble. So call is usually from like 7 to 1 and 1 to 7. So you're on call for that chunk of time, and you basically just have to be free and available to go to the hospital during that chunk of time. If you're not called in, you do get paid, but it's only about $8 an hour. But if you have to come in while you're on call, that is time and a half. So that's pretty good pay. And most of the time, out of the 2 years that I've worked there, I've only been called in twice. So I like to just chill at home, maybe do some chores, go grocery shopping while I'm on call, and then if I get called in, I'll already be there. So the next pro is, if you enjoy organized chaos, then OR nursing is for you. Of course, learning out, you're going to have to know a lot of things, but once you get in the groove of your own routine, everything's kind of like I said, a routine. For example, you get your room ready, you get your meds ready, you get your bedding ready or positioning, and then you go interview your patient. So when I say organized chaos, it's kind of like once you've been doing a certain surgery for a really long time. So in surgery, there's a lot of different specialties like orthopedics, OBGYN, plastics, general surgery. Once you do enough surgeries, you kind of know what to expect. For example, you know what they use during surgery, so you get that ready. You know the positioning, you know the meds the surgeon uses, and literally once you set that up, you're like good to go. Now this is different in a trauma hospital, and I've never worked in a trauma hospital. You never know what's going through those doors. But at a community hospital, when you do very common surgeries, it's almost like a routine. So I like to call it organized chaos because sometimes it can be chaotic, not gonna lie. After all, OR nursing is critical care, so you have to be like ACLS certified and all that stuff. So I like to call it organized chaos. So the next con would be dealing with surgeons. So I've had my fair share of dealing with some of the rudest surgeons I've ever met in my entire life. It's true, a lot of surgeons are very impatient and will literally yell at you, scream at you, and just do little things that will make you feel so minuscule in the OR room. I feel like everything is super amplified in the OR room because it's just an intense environment sometimes. And yeah, literally I've been yelled at in front of people before, and I've cried. I've had, you know, just deep frustration because I felt like an incompetent nurse just because that surgeon yelled at me because I didn't know something. And it happens. I think it happens everywhere you go. And don't get me wrong, there are a ton of amazing surgeons that I absolutely will miss. There are just some of those people, some of those asshole surgeons that will literally verbally abuse you, and it sucks. That's one of a major con for me, especially because I am very shy. Everyone says that you will develop thick skin in the OR, and I'm just like, why does it have to be that way? Why is that like something that you just have to go through in order to become a successful OR nurse? But it sucks that it has to be that way, but you definitely just have to be the bigger person and just kind of brush it off your shoulders. On the flip side, my pro was of course my amazing coworkers. I feel like surgeons are like not really part of my coworkers. My coworkers are my other nurses, my scrub techs, my anesthesiologists. They are absolutely amazing. We all work in a team, and I absolutely love them because they were always supportive of me since the beginning. I was a new grad OR nurse, and they were all just so wonderful in teaching me, welcoming me with open arms. Without good coworkers, you would not be able to do surgery. And that's what surgeons need to understand. So the next con applies to my hospital. I'm sure this is happening in a lot of other hospitals too, but we are severely understaffed. So being understaffed means you don't get a lot of breaks. So for my hospital, if you work a 12-hour shift, you only get one 30-minute break. So when you're in surgery, there's no one to come get you. And you can't just go and leave surgery whenever you want because they might ask for something, the anesthesiologist might need assistance, something, because it's critical care. So if you gotta go pee or you're hungry, you're kind of SOL. I feel like I gained a lot of weight because I couldn't eat when I wanted to. You can only eat when you get your break, and you can't really choose when your break is because you get it when you get it. A pro I would say for the OR is that it is very fast paced and it's never boring, unless if you're in a very long neuro case. You're gonna be in that room for like freaking 12 hours, which I have done before. But for the main part, surgery is very fast paced. You're in and out pretty fast, and you're doing surgery back to back to back. I remember when I was doing day shift, I just legit was in maybe like 5 surgeries per day. It is pretty fast paced, so time is going to go by really fast. And if you like the fast paced environment, OR nursing could definitely be for you. Now, I don't think it's as fast paced as like ER, but it's definitely up on the list. Another con of OR nursing, which a lot of people have kind of mentioned, is that you don't do a lot of patient care. And while that may be semi-true, we do a lot of patient care in different ways. So even though the patient is asleep, you are still advocating for them, you're still watching out for them, and you're doing what's best for the patient. And before surgery, you still talk to your patients, you educate them, you introduce yourself, you build a kind of rapport to make them really comfortable with you. And then once they're in surgery, we're still looking over them, we're advocating for them even when the surgeon thinks they're always right. You always have to do what's right for the patient. But I will say you don't get as much patient care as like the floor nursing would. It is one-to-one, which is nice, but we don't get that much patient care experience. So those are my top pros and cons of OR nursing. I hope that was enough to kind of help you out in choosing if OR nursing is for you. I wanted to make this video because a lot of you have requested about learning more about the OR, and I did want to tell you that I am no longer doing OR nursing at a hospital. I am doing OR nursing at a separate plastic surgery center, so it's like a smaller surgery center that I still do OR nursing. I'm definitely gonna make more videos of that, but I really wanted to tell you my first new grad hospital OR experience and what that was like. I hope you guys enjoyed or found this helpful. Please like and comment down below and subscribe for more videos. I hope you guys have a great day, morning, evening, night, wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone!